Today we're talking about 5 must-have things of the DJI Mini 3. The 2 here has been a great drone for me, and I think a lot of first-time drone pilots and people that are severely limited by their government's restrictions. But this drone is definitely not perfect and can be improved if we just get a few things. So this is what we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to give you my 5 top things that I want to see in the DJI Mini 3. Number 1 is active tracking. It does not have to have sensors to have active tracking like some may think. We know this because the DJI Pocket 2 has active track and it works just fine. So I would love to see some kind of active tracking in the DJI Mini 3, and I think that alone would take this drone to the complete next level. I think it can be done overall with firmware or software, but if they did add a couple of sensors or something to make it that much better, that would be amazing. Now the DJI Mini 2 doesn't have any obstacle avoidance, so I would like to kind of see that added as well in some capacity, even if it's sideways or forward and back, anything, just maybe some kind of obstacle avoidance. And that would be my number 2. And of course, keeping it under 250 grams is the most important thing here to avoid all the regulations and the restrictions, of course. And that's why we love this thing. So I would love to see some kind of obstacle avoidance, like I said, in some way, shape, or form. Let me know your thoughts on that. Which way, forward, backwards, side to side, would you prefer to see, if any? Number 3 is compatibility with the FPV goggles. Now, I think that is such a cool thing, and I don't really think it hurts any of the other drones to be able to have that, because it's a different, separate thing that you need to buy entirely, and it's expensive, so why not include that on all the drones? But of course, being a new drone enthusiast, somebody buying the Mini 2 or the 3 would like to see what that's all about without investing a ton into some of the much more expensive drones. And it would be nice to be able to have that in case you did want to upgrade. So DJI, if you're listening, I would love to be able to include some of that awesome FPV action in the upcoming DJI Mini 3. Please? Just imagine how awesome it would be to be able to fly around and check out scenes like this in real time. Here's one of my favorite clips so far taken with the Mini 2. Next, I would love to see an even better sensor or improved dynamic range in any capacity. I think the amazing 1-inch sensor that we see on the Air 2S is just a taste of things to come. So anything in terms of an upgrade in the sensor of the Mini 3 would be much, much welcomed. And having said that, I would like to see a bit more megapixels and capabilities in terms of photography as well, because I don't think people really realize that for the most part, people like me love the photography aspect of drones just as much as the video. So we already have the ability to shoot in RAW, but just getting a little bit more out of the sensors and a bit more, maybe higher megapixel count would just make it even that much more exciting and that much better. So let's hope we see something in that regard as well. And here's a few photography shots that I've taken with the Mini 2 just to give you an idea of what it's capable of. Now it does have some pretty cool options that will allow you to bracket your shots as well as to shoot things like panoramas and whatnot. Here's a few photo examples of before and after editing. And don't rule out night or low light shots as well, they still can produce in a pinch. Lastly, I'd be happy with a little bit more of a battery upgrade, maybe around 40 minutes or so. It's already pretty darn good, but depending on, of course, the temperature, in colder conditions, it can get cut pretty significantly. So I would love to see with battery upgrades and technology increasing that we did get a bump in battery life so that we only have to carry a few batteries around with us. So what do you think, guys? There's my 5 things that I would love to see on the DJI Mini 3. If I missed anything obvious or you just have something that you'd like to share, make sure you drop it down in the comments for me and we'll chat about it. Well, anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, consider hitting that like and subscribe button, join the community. If you want to check out any of my other drone videos I've done on the Mavic Mini 2 or the 1 or any other drone videos, make sure you check those out on the channel as well. And like always, guys, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you next time.